3, let's go!
All right, Chad. We're heading down to the elevators because I'm gonna end up doing at breakfast in a little bit. I think we need to meet with a couple people from my color group, and then we're gonna eat there. But I still actually gotta get picked.
Hello, today we're here at wjmc, where we are going to learn to be smarter in the brain.
You don't have a good enough YouTube accent. You need to give it you gotta give it more gumption. You gotta sound
guys,
more.
welcome back to WJMC, where today we are heading over to our color group.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to WJMC.
This vlog is brought to you by HelloFresh. Be sure to click the link in the description to find out how you can get 50% off your first 7 months by using code WJMC50. But right now, we're heading over to our color groups. We're going to do a simulated newsroom. Leave a comment below to tell us how you think it's going to go.
Why are you so good at this?
That was a little too good. I didn't like that. Yeah, oh my god.
I say hashtag to everything.
Yeah,
Hashtag
I've
slay,
learned that.
hashtag iconic.
Oh, we're not all gonna fit on this.
After verifying the claim, the principal decided to handle the situation quietly by forcing Mrs. Peterson's hand at early retirement. Instead of 3 more years of teaching, she was asked to retire at the end of the current school year, only 6 weeks away.
Alright, so I just handed out all of y'all's roles. You have a little bit to read over it. Raise your hand if you're the principal, assistant principal. Oh, yeah, just those two. Yes.
Catherine Davis? Catherine Davis? Hello? Catherine Davis? Sorry, present.
Hi, good morning. I'm the news reporter from this high school, and I was informed of the cheating scandal through one of the many students that confide in me every single day as one of the reporters. Today, I'm going to bring you the law side of this aspect. So, the Code of Virginia states that student journalists, under the director of a student media advisor, and we have an amazing one, may distribute media to the general student body. And in addition, a student journalist has the right to exercise freedom of speech and press in institution-sponsored student media, and that is exactly what our high school has. Now, you may believe that this media is slanderous or an invasion of privacy. However, this offense directly affects the students who want to take this class and who have already taken this class. And it was committed on public school property. And the truth needs to be told to everyone, to the community and to the school, regardless of how this teacher feels.
Hello, I was the primary source for this story. My mother is a teacher at the same high school in which the English teacher was caught cheating. She has known this woman for 15 years. She babysat me. She's a very close part of my family. And now my trust in her is broken because I heard my mother one night. She was laughing at her phone. I was like, "Hey, what you doing over there, bud?" And she was like, "Oh, my friend just texted me this really funny thing," and she was bragging about changing these AP test scores. And my heart broke because I go to that middle school, to that high school in which she teaches, and I was considering taking her class in a few years because she's a close family friend who babysat me.
Did you babysit?
But now my trust in her is broken, and I don't know if I can take that class anymore because of the scores that she cheated. And I believe that this story should be told because it affects so many people like me.
I am the journalism teacher for this newspaper. I personally have 15 years experience on the ground prior to becoming a teacher. When I was assigned this job, my job description was to teach kids professional journalism. This is what that is. How would you feel if you go to a school and you're hearing the rumor mill and there's no way to find a true answer? These students have the answers, but they're not permitted to give them to you. That will cause worry not only in them, but the staff as well. How do we know if they can trust us? How do we know if we can trust our other staff? We are able to give that clarification and they simply are not giving it to us. They are not only affecting these students, they're not only affecting me, they are not only affecting you, they are affecting this entire community. This little thing isn't just a school problem, it is a county problem. And I want you to think about that as you look at something that might not look like a big deal, but how will this lead? Are they going to censor future articles? Are they going to make us want to just end the newspaper because they don't like what we're writing about? A newspaper is about hitting those sensitive topics, and that's what we want to do. Thank you.
So the journalism teacher, you mentioned you had 15 years of experience.
Yes.
And I was just wondering if any of them were like childcare.
No.
You know, single mom here.
No, my 15 years were actually on the ground being a reporter myself, not only as a reporter, but also as the person who wrote the stories, edited the stories, the whole shabil.
Do you write bedtime stories?
No.
Truth may hurt, but it's better than continuing to be lame.
People might not want to move here if they know that things like that are happening in our school. They might not feel safe having their child in the school, you know, with the lying, as you said. So that not just affects the community, but also affects things like income. Like if people want to move in, if they want to move out.
Who would say that? That's so weird. Who would say that? I didn't. Must have been the.
Must have been the
Oh yeah, why are you hiring 6-year-olds?
Because these scoundrels are stealing from my store!
Okay, so how much would you pay a security?
And you do know what minimum wage is, right?
I do, yeah.
I don't like this accent. I'm gonna switch to like British.
Okay,
Oh God, no.
you guys want to hear my really good Southern accent? It's real bad. I love doing it though, because it makes me sound like I'm from Georgia, Kim McLean style.
Censorship is blatantly illegal. That's horrible.
Really?
This censorship is.
What is that, French?
It was supposed to be Spanish. This censorship is how you say illegal. Yeah. While we're here, I got some questions about prom.
Oh yeah,
So what's
about
the
these
theme?
ticket prices.
oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, if you lower the ticket prices to $10, then we won't rat on you.
Is this a bribe?
That's done.
No.
Done been done.
Yeah, we're not standing by that.
About the behavior in the room. I mean, honestly, guys, I'm tired. I'm burnt out. I haven't seen my husband in 5 months. Might as well be single. Anyways. What was it? Yeah, and I don't see him again for another 8 months. So really, something I don't have time for is this behavior. Unhinged. It was appalling. Behavior from everyone in the room, except maybe the 3 community members who spoke. Actually,
Truth may hurt,
so yeah.
but it's better than continuing to be lame.
Agreed.
All right. The board's decision is that you guys won't be censored anymore. The school's newspaper, but also the local newspaper has to publish something, and you're fired.
Oh, I'm literally like.
Hey chat.
I introduce like almost all
Can
these
we get
clips by
Pogs
saying, "All right,
in the chat,
chat."
guys?
No, absolutely not.
Guys, if we donate $50, he'll jump into a fountain.
Who said that?
I was gonna say I don't think any of us agree to that.
Well,
I
if you're so adamant on that, why don't you do it?
Do I get the $50?
Hey, if we can if we get to the donut goal chat, we'll we're gonna get Ryan to jump into a fountain. Yeah.
4-hour stream.
If we reach hype train level 7, we'll
What does that mean?
We get 200 galaxies.
we'll grab Ryan and throw him into a fountain.
I like it.
DC.
Yeah, in PA, sometimes when you go to grocery stores, you can pick out what you want and then just weigh it.
Oh,
You
that's
can
like
do
in the
that with,
produce
like,
section. You can't do it with
produce,
an egg.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. You can do it with
What?
It's like if I wanted to buy like 3 grapes, I could just like.
You just throw.
Technically, but I mean, technically, what they do is like it has to be so much weight to even be considered. But like, an egg is heavy enough that you probably buy 2 eggs.
You're telling me you can just grab an egg, like grab 3 eggs, throw them in a bag, and like
I feel like they break.
just smash them. Like you come home to, you just come home to like 3 cracked eggs, and those are all you bought. Dude, that tower is like honestly
I
just
would
crazy.
pay so much money to know what movie my ice cream tastes like.
I know.
Try the crumble cookie.
It probably yeah.
Benson Goose.
What?
Mine's like
Who's not Bensoning their boom right now?
I'm honestly
What?
like.
No. I'm not one to answer random phone calls.
For this?
Huh?
You're gonna make like a YouTube channel for this?
No, I'm just using my existing one. Oh my god, Nando's. Oh, I love Nando's.
When I tell you,
Yeah, that's the Space Force.
That's what
They're just in an office building? Like what? Oh, so it like, very effective. Ooh, yeah. Anyways, we're walking to Target now from where we were just eating lunch. I didn't film anything there because I don't need to see me eating. Like, that's just, I don't know. I hate vlogging while eating. Anyways, we're going to Target because all my snacks got crushed in my suitcase. So I want to be able to like buy some new snacks and then hopefully not crush them as well. But I have to walk with them for the rest of the day, so that'll be fun. All right, chat, we're gonna do. Okay, no, I'm not doing any of that. But we have like 3 minutes in and out of this Target to get everything we need because I'm getting snacks and she's. Oh yeah, you left all your brushes. So that's gonna have to be really quick, and then we have to get all the way back to our bus, which is like a 5-minute walk.
it's free.
Yeah. Okay, that was a very quick, very fun shopping trip. Very healthy as well, you know. I had to get only candy and only gum, so that'll be great for me. And also a lot of gum for my last week with braces. But whatever, we ignore that. We move forward. That building's actually really cool. With like the dome on it. We're walking back because we have to be at the bus by 1 o'clock, and I think we have like 9 minutes now. So we're gonna head back. And I think we're going to, do you know where we're going?
We're going to see our first speaker.
Oh, do you know where that is though?
No.
Alright, yeah. So it's somewhere, but yeah, we'll see you there.
Tom Jackman is a multimedia journalist who has worked at the Washington Post since 1998. Before that, he covered crimes in courts for the Kansas City Star, where he also wrote a best-selling book about a serial killer, penned a weekly column, and hosted a weekly TV show. At the Post, Tom led the trial coverage of the D.C. sniper case and was the lead writer on the Post's breaking news story about the Virginia Tech massacre, which won a Pulitzer Prize. More recently, he has closely covered the issue of police violence and the ongoing prosecution of those who rioted on the Capitol on January 6th. It is my pleasure to introduce Tom Jackman.
I've done this a number of times, and I've never taken a picture. That's why I was just standing there doing that. And now, yeah. There's a lot of people in that picture. Taylor Swift has fallen down an elevator shaft. Holy crap! Taylor Swift fell down an elevator shaft.
Taylor Swift fell down an elevator shaft.
My questions for you are, if somebody told you that, where would you go first to look for information about Taylor Swift falling down the elevator shaft? Who you? Look at me. I knew about Sykeston. All right, you've heard about this. Where are you going to get your information? She just told you, Taylor Swift fell down an elevator shaft. Grab your phone.
See, TikTok is where I'm going to go first.
Well, I was a little shocked that V didn't say that. Why? Who is on TikTok that would tell you it?
Honestly, CNN posts it on TikTok. You see like the little Daily Mail on TikTok.
Well, Daily Mail. Daily Mail, you said? Yeah. Why do people make that noise? You don't like the Daily Mail?
I don't know.
Posts on TikTok.
Yes, they do. Well, all the news channels do. But how much info would you get in a TikTok post?
Maybe like a little caption for me.
And Bradshaw and Soaring Hawk said they preferred reading to retain information. Not every student disdains the legacy media. Bella Barajas, Noah Goff of Round Hill after the minority view, and he said he would check TikTok and a renowned animated fish.
Breaking news!
Then turned to TMZ.
All right, Chop. We just got done with the like the two main speakers for the day, and that was like it was actually really long. They were really good though. We had one that worked for Washington Post and did the true crime stuff, and the other one was a freelance photographer, like covered a bunch of different stuff in Washington D.C. And they were both really good actually. The questions were interesting. I'll give it that. Some of them were definitely questions. But I think we're heading to dinner now, and that's at a like really fancy place. But I looked at the menu; they got some good stuff. They got pizza, of course, so that's great. So we're heading there now, and then when I turned on my camera, I found out I'm like definitely getting a cold sore, so that's great. So that's probably gonna like get huge tomorrow, and I'm gonna absolutely love that. But anyways, we'll see you at dinner.
Okay, so we finally reached the first monument we're going to today, and it's the World War II monument, if I'm correct. We passed by the White House on our way here, which is, I mean, that's really cool. We didn't get to see much because I didn't expect to see it like right there, but I like we walk in and then I don't really know what this is actually. I'm kind of just looking for everyone because I don't know where anyone went. And I think Sierra's still in the bathroom, so I don't know where anyone is. I guess I'm just gonna kind of have to look around and I guess find. I already passed Nevada, so that's fun. Are you linking in your memorial? That's something that you do.
It was, are you Abraham Lincoln? Because you're causing an uprising down south. Yeah. And it was,
that's.
wait, like, is this like...
Is you being serious?
GMU Peter again? Huh? GMU Peter, is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, talking about Family Guy.
Hey chap, so you can probably tell one of two things. One, I'm back at my house, and two, I didn't record an end to this vlog yet again, similar to the night before, even though I like just had to do it like right as I was getting in the shower. And also, we're gonna ignore this. I'm still getting used to this. This happened literally 5 hours ago. I'm recording this 7 days after this vlog was supposed to go out. Kind of like I explained in the intro, because my laptop decided to just die on me. I still haven't gotten it to work 7 days later, which is a little bit odd. But because I actually didn't record basically most of the rest of this trip, I kind of wanted to give a recap at the end of this vlog, just so I wasn't leaving a cliffhanger, like for day 3, 4, 5, and I guess 6, because that was just when we were all leaving. I didn't record a single thing except for a couple clips that were vertical, so like I'll pop them up as I'm talking about them, but I want to give a couple recaps for like some of the big events, and I want to start with Wednesday, because Wednesday was our field visit day, and I, as well as Ryan's here, and then like most of my color group and a couple others, were going to Monumental Sports Network, and they're at the Capital One Arena, which is in downtown DC, and their office is like right next to that. So we got to go do a tour of their office, their studio, and then do a panel that was in the little lobby area that was connected between their office building and Capital One Arena itself. And that was supposed to go very cleanly, but you know what happened? It didn't. And we actually had to deal with a 2-hour delay before we got our bus to us because it broke down in the parking lot and wouldn't start. And you wouldn't guess what other color group was with us. Light blue. And I'll get to that more later. Later that day, I ended up being offered an exclusive meeting with my representative, Congresswoman Susie Lee, the next day on that Thursday when we were at the National Press Club. So obviously I couldn't go, and I was absolutely gutted because I would have loved to take the opportunity, but I still had my meeting scheduled with her legislative assistant and correspondent on that Friday, and I mean, that went absolutely amazing. I loved both of them. But that also ended up being the night, that Wednesday, when we got rained out completely for what was supposed to be our color feud, which is just family feud, but for all the color groups. And we literally got stuck inside the Horizon Hall and weren't allowed to leave until, like, it was almost time for bed checks at, like, 10:20. And we were all given ponchos, but after it had already rained. So we went out in ponchos, and it was dry with no drops coming down, which is a bit annoying because we could have left ages before when it was dry, but they didn't want to because they didn't know if it was going to get rainy again and we get stuck inside the Johnson Center instead. So they decided, oh yeah, let's just keep them inside for 4 hours in the same building while it's actively pouring. Now the next day was Thursday because obviously Wednesday kind of ended on that rainy note. Thursday, we go to Guapo's for lunch, which was actually very good. After that, we head to the National Press Club. And there we had 2 talks from Carmela Boykin and Chris Silitza. One for Washington Post, and the other was like an individual, or like a freelance journalist or whatever. He has like a following on Substack. I don't really know. Carmela was really good, and then Chris was... his speech was good, and then the questions were they were questions, and they were definitely answers. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But where this day really kicked off was on the way back from the National Press Club, where one of the buses with light blue and silver broke down on the side of the highway after what they thought was a toilet explosion, where the entire bus started to smell like poop seconds before breaking down on the side of a busy freeway leaving Washington, D.C. Later that night, we had our color feud, which ended up being adjusted from yesterday's schedule because of the fact that the program director felt really bad that our group was the only one in years that didn't get to do color feud. So we did that night, kind of without preparation, except our group... We did it the night before. We knew all the answers. We thought we knew all the answers. We did not know any of the answers, and we lost. We were third for a majority of the game. Every time we got a score update, we were sitting as either tied for third or third overall. And then we weren't. We ended up off the podium entirely. I don't even know where we finished, but the last question was what ruined us entirely, because David, our junior faculty advisor, shout out D Money, David, our junior faculty advisor, the night before when we did a practice color feud, and it wasn't practice, it was just because we felt like doing it anyways, he tried doing our answers off the top of his head, and so he got a few of them wrong, but we thought they were right. So going into the next night, when we did the official color feud, we guessed some of the wrong answers, thinking they were right, and lost entirely because of that. So, we were all complaining about how David said that positive attitude was one of the answers for top 10 things a journalist can't leave the house without. And it wasn't in the final game. But then the next day was our not Capitol tour, but it was our National Mall Day. So we woke up very early, had breakfast very early, and we were on our buses very early. And was there any more? Oh, yes, there was. Our last bus incident was, again, light blue and pink this time. were leaving campus to go to the National Mall when some old lady in her Chrysler minivan bombed it down the inside of the bus while it was making a right turn and hit it just on its side. And all it did, in all honesty, was like scrape a little bit of paint off of the Chrysler and the bus itself. There was no damage here, but the lady tried to argue to the cops that her van was totaled and she wanted to sue. The cops weren't having any of it and just told her to bugger off and maybe grab a paint marker at the store and paint over it. There was no damage at all. It wasn't even like it would buff out or anything. Just literally paint over it, and like you were done. But once we got to the National Mall, it was a free for all. You had to have either one or two buddies with you, or you could just travel in a group. It didn't really matter, but you had to have a buddy with you to go anywhere in the National Mall, and you were able to go from anywhere from the Supreme Court all the way down to the road at the Washington Monument. So you couldn't actually go to the Washington Monument, but you could go very close to it at least. And they also had the Senate and House office buildings is in that boundary where you could go, just for those that had their congressional meetings or whatever they were called. So me and my friends, we went to the National Gallery of Art, the Sculpture Garden, the American History Museum, and then we went towards the Cannon House office building and then split off, and I went to meet the correspondent assistant for Congresswoman Susie Lee, and then I left and we went as a group back to the Natural History Museum where our buses were. Here comes bus incident number 4. These guys, they had 3 food trucks and they were trying to pack them into this basically 2 food truck wide gap between our bus and another bus in front of the Natural History Museum. We're all getting ready to leave, and there's already 2 here, and they decide they're gonna try and fit a 3rd one in. Our bus driver gets out and is yelling at the guy who's trying to park the 3rd one, no, this isn't gonna fit, bro, move, you gotta go. They didn't listen to him and still parked it there anyways. So we're now on the bus trying to leave. We just slam into a bollard. We first noticed we were on a curb, and then all of a sudden we kind of speed up to try and reverse and get out, because obviously there's about this much of a gap between the bumper of our bus and the bumper of the truck in front, and it turns like a boat, our bus. So we just hit a bollard, and I don't know how that triggered the hubcap of one of the rear wheels to fall off, but it did, and some random lady had to pick it up and go hand it to our driver, and then the wheel well itself was totally cracked. So that was fun because that delayed us getting out. But anyways, we went. We got back to campus, and then we got ready, and we only had. It ended up going really quickly, and no one was left behind or anything. But we ended up getting to the gala, and I didn't film or even take a single picture there, because that was a party. That was not a gala. There was nothing fancy about it except for the fact we didn't even get to eat because the waiters took our food before we could. And then the next day was Saturday, and that was when everyone went home. But that was I just stayed in DC for another 3 days. I just got back today. Or yesterday. I don't know when this is going up. This is probably going up in a couple days, I'm going to be honest. But that's whatever. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed last vlog and this vlog. And I'll try and add in any clips that I have that were vertical or whatever. And I'll try make shorts out of that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Subscribe. I'm probably not going to upload until next year. You got your 2 for this year, so you got to wait another 8 months before I upload again, but I'll see you then.